Good morning, everyone. This is an active chat room today. I was trying to keep up with it. You guys are going crazy. The market's going crazy. When I ran the scanner this morning at like 8 o'clock, or when I just checked it in the morning, I was like, not really seeing anything amazing. And now it's like everything looks like there's potential. Anyway, guys, good morning. Welcome back to the live stream. We first review the watch list, then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a good start to their day and ready to go. Today is Thursday, June 4th. It's 9:15 a.m. We got another 15 minutes before the market opens at 9:30. We'll wrap up trading ideally by 10:30, and then I'll keep on streaming for a little bit longer, maybe past 11. Check out the video description below for some FAQs, and let's dive into things. Because wowie. I spelled DLPN wrong in the title. DLPH. Wait. Yep, I did. Good call. It's funny, actually, I did that because when I was writing the ticker this morning, I was typing it in the chart wrong too, and I was like, why is it not popping up? So this looks like a mistake I've done multiple times today. But good call. Thanks for that. All right, let's get to the watch list here. Check out a few things. We got quite a bit of some lead gappers here. We got XSPA. I was looking at pre-market. I was actually even thinking about buying this one on one of the breakouts here at 1.5. I never ended up pulling the trigger on it. I didn't find any news specifically on XSPA, so that was one reason I'm a little bit cautious here on this one. Also, I think the float is relatively high. The shares outstanding is 108 million. So I got to check the float. And again, didn't find a catalyst on this one, but it is pulling up quite nicely pre-market, over 50%. But kind of selling off aggressively after the spike, not really holding its highs. CIDM, this one's a huge one. I don't know how many of you guys were probably looking at this pullback right here to about $3. I think a lot of us were thinking probably about buying this pullback. I know I was. I didn't pull the trigger on it, but I probably should have. I mean, CIDM is probably one of our best lead gappers. Let's quickly review this one just quickly here. So yesterday it closed about 1.3. And now it's running all the way up here to 3.89. That's huge. About 200% pre-market, which is crazy because it has an 88 million float. That's ridiculously big. U.S. entertainment company. And the catalyst, I'm actually surprised. It's so big, but basically they have a distribution channel. What was that one? KZR. IRA just did another trade. My IRA account's always doing trades. Okay, so let's think about here for a second what's going on with this one, because Bob Ross channel distribution deal that they gave out, which, if you guys know anything about Bob Ross, he has a huge following, or he passed away, but it's kind of like a giant brand, I guess you could say, with a big following. Anyway. At first I didn't really think too much of the catalyst, but it's performing quite well. So they have some sort of distribution deals going on with this one. CIDM looking pretty good. Wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys were buying this little potential breakout right here. It's looking pretty hot, and it looks like it's still going. So we'll see how this one goes. I'm gonna wait till the opening bell. Let's see what else we got here. I'm looking at DLPN as well. The one thing about this one, I didn't see any catalyst till we just came out with one at 9 o'clock. Apparently some sort of design branding campaign, which I don't know how important that is, but DLPN is up 160% with a 15 million float. So this one does have that spike ability. So I'm going to quickly put here creative campaign. I don't know. Could be interesting. I would like to buy this one probably out of the open, out of the gates, kind of making a little bit of a cup and handle pattern. Big support right above 175. So I'm going to have this one on my other screen. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it. Would like a potential entry on this one. So let's see what we get. Keeping a close eye on it. Quickly check the daily chart here. So right now it's at 188, roughly in this area. We hit a high of 2.3. We have some resistance at 2.5 for sure. So if we can break 2.5, I'll be interested to see how high it could go, maybe 3.5 or something like that. But first we got to break that area. And some big support in here, 1.4 to 1.6. So let's see how far we can pull back on this one. Here you can see the support. And then we have some top and bottoms here at about 1.7 as well. So I think any entry above 1.7 could be kind of nice for a dip, as long as it keeps holding its highs. If it dips under 1.7, you know, then I'm looking maybe to the 1.6 area, maybe a red to green move. Maybe it's just going to have more of a, you know, break past 2 and explode. It's kind of hard to say what's going to happen. 5-minute chart looks like a good potential setup. KZR I was looking at for a little bit here. Had a price target upgrade to $12. So let's see if this one does any sort of performance. Again, I'm not totally sure how this one will go. Probably won't be looking at it for day trading just because I think there's a few stocks that have a little bit more potential. But KZR, you know, is up 85%, and even what was that float on it? So shares outstanding 38 million, so not really too bad as well. Plus, there was something else. What was that? There were some sort of lupus study updates that seem to be pretty good as well. So they do have a catalyst and they have a buy upgrade. So I think KZR could be kind of an interesting stock, maybe even a swing trade. Let's quickly check out GNUS. I know this is a chat room favorite. I don't know if I'm going to be trading this one. I obviously don't want to bring in any biases that I had from the last 2 days with GNUS. I think specifically yesterday, I think I missed some good setups on it. I know I missed some good setups on Tuesday. I don't know. I don't think it was the best thing to trade on Tuesday. So I don't mind not trading on Tuesday, but Wednesday, yesterday, I mean, that was the day this thing went kind of parabolic, exploded. There were some really nice breakout patterns on GNUS. So I definitely could have been trading GNUS yesterday. Today, it's a new day. So we'll see how this one performs. Out of the gate, it could break $10. I would absolutely not be surprised. These are all all-time highs right now where GNUS is, I believe. Let me quickly check here. Yeah, we broke past this $8 area, so this should be quite interesting. Yeah. So let's see how high GNUS can go. Sky's the limit right now. NKLA, I'm not really sure. I'm not really watching NKLA. I'll put it up very quickly here. 37. I have no idea. I'm not watching this one. It's a little bit out of my price range. I'm looking for stocks typically between $2 and $7. But you know, who knows? You probably know much better than I do about NKLA at the moment. My computer is a little bit slow at the moment, I gotta say. TOS is taking a little bit longer to load. I would say TOS is a little bit slow at the moment, not necessarily my computer, because everything else is running perfectly fine on it. It's just TOS is a little laggy here. Very quickly, let's also check the SPY. We had a close yesterday at 312.18. So today, pre-market, you can see how long this takes to load. We are a little bit red, so we might open just a little bit red here. Right now we're at a 311, so market's, you know, a little bit red, but I don't think, I kind of enjoy when the market's just a little bit more red. Quick little update, the light blue line right now is the 9-minute EMA. It was the 15-minute yet so far. I'm changing it to the 9-minute. I think for a gap and go trading style, it might be a little bit more reflecting. So I'll keep it on the 9-minute for now. Let me go back to CIDM. I think this is going to be the lead gapper that I'm going to be looking at. And then, like I said, DLPN, not DLPH. I got on my other chart over here. So I'm going to be I'm having 400 shares on standby on that one. And then on this one, probably closer to 200 shares out of the gate. Make the first trade smaller always. just in case something bad happens. That way we don't have to worry about, digging ourselves out of an even bigger hole compared to what it could be with full position size. Whoa, big hustle. That's cool. DLPN pulling back a little bit here, already at 79. This one looks like it's going to be a bit more of a red to green move, if anything. So again, I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one. It's hard to say from where, maybe around 1.6 or something like that. I'll try to call out as much as I can as I'm potentially entering a trade. Remember, there is extended decimal places on DLPN, so clicking the join the bid button is sometimes a little bit quicker on entering these. Otherwise, it's hard to enter these tickers. Got another 4 minutes till the market opens. It's getting windy outside. I think it's about to rain. Don't have, crazy expectations. Let's see how things go. But, if I see a hot setup, I want to jump on it. Don't want to obviously miss something that's really, really good in the first 15 minutes. So I got to keep that in mind. Sometimes, I say I want to get more aggressive in the morning, but then all of a sudden I let some good opportunities slip by. So got to keep an open mind. Remember, this gap and go challenge is also a bit of a mind shift for me a little bit, as I'm more of a pullback trader, support trader, not so much a breakout trader. So this is really me trying to take up a second style, and it's been definitely a bit more tricky than I expected, because it changes. I built up my trading strategies over several years, and it's kind of like my default mode. So it's always interesting picking up a new trading style. All right, guys, CIDM, keeping a very close eye on this one. I can't believe it hit 4.5. I really thought that this is where we're going to see maybe with the breakout in the morning. I had this last line drawn here. I didn't really think we were going to cross it anytime soon. I think $6. It seems like the 6 whole dollar areas and the half dollar areas are quite significant. So I'm just going to kind of keep a general eye out for those. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Disney does. I definitely feel like it's a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news. So even if Disney does buy it, I don't necessarily think it's going to affect the stock price that much. It might just hold its highs, and if it doesn't buy it, it might just fall really, really deep down. So that's also something to consider. Another minute and a half here, another minute 50 actually. Just keeping the focus on what's in front of us. Yeah, I know that feeling. A lot that definitely happens from time to time. If you just held it, you'd be up 50, 100, 200, 300%. But there's also many times if you held it, you'd be down 50%. And that's equally as bad. CIDM, man, this thing just does not want to stop. I'm quite interested to see what kind of open we're going to have here. Again, I would like a quick little pullback. Maybe we're going to get something like that. I have no idea if we will, because this thing is extremely aggressive. I'm going to put auto send on both accounts, both screens. Cruiser, thanks for that. I sure don't, because that will give me a heart attack. $30 more seconds. Remember, guys, CIDM has quite a big float here, 88 million, while DLPN has 15 million float. Could be a little bit more interesting. All All right, 20 more seconds. I go to detach the screen, just go here and click detach and then move it over. All right, guys, good luck. I'm looking for kind of pullbacks, I think, just because of this really big run up we've had. Let's see what happens though. $4.5, can we break it? That's the big question here. Bit of selling coming in, probably profit taking. Check out the daily chart here on the bottom right. A lot. This is a huge, huge gap so far. Very choppy TOS. $4.5 looks like it could break here. 99, 489 could be getting chipped away. I won't be buying it. DLPN finding some support here. DLPN pulling back a little bit. Looking for an entry on DLPN. Just got it. Looking for a break here above 2. Decent buying volume on this one. Let's see if we can sell into the break of 2. Bit more volume coming in on this one. $199 getting chipped away a little bit here. Let's see if we can get that break here at 2. Close this one out. This was a pretty decent profit. This was like 11% profit on this one, DLPN. Again, used tiny position size. Still made 90 bucks though, so pretty sweet trade on this one. I gotta say, I only used the join the bid and join the ask because extended decimal places are very hard to enter on this one. So pretty sweet trade out of the gate here with DLPN. Still watching CIDM. Appreciate it, guys. That was tricky. I wanted to hold longer, but I didn't like the fact that I could not pick my price very easily on that one. Yeah, now it's at 217, so I could have held. I could have made probably another 10%. No, not 10. I meant 5, maybe even 7% on this one. But still, can't complain. My trades will pop up, guys. They will pop up. Just give them a little bit of time here. That's right, Steven. One shot, one kill. Sweet, sweet, sweet stuff. Basically, yesterday's red day made back in one green trade, and I had 4 red trades yesterday. But we'll see what happens. You know, I got to be calm. Can't start jumping on things unless it's looking really good. DLPN could be another setup here. I'm not super hot about the catalyst, and I don't really like the fact that this thing pulled back so far pre-market. It pulled back over 30% if I remember correctly. And every time I see something pull back that much, I'm a little bit more cautious out of the gate. So here we go. The trades are popping up slowly on this one. They just need a render. I don't know if that's the right word, but I've been doing a lot of development where I just think everything is a rendering 24/7. Yeah, it takes a while time. Whoa, DLPN, big pullback, right back to my entry actually. Woo! So this is why you take profits quickly, guys. Not saying it's over, but you know, kind of sketchy here. It was weak pre-market. That's what we were talking about. Nope, I have not traded CIDM yet, although I do want to trade it. It's I got it here on the main screen. Steven, super true. You said it. That's why you stick to the plan. I didn't have a perfect entry and I didn't have a perfect exit. TOS was very choppy and I couldn't use the order book because of the decimal places. So I was happy to get out even if I left, you know, 10% on the table total. I was just happy to take my profits because this thing was very choppy and it was hard to enter and exit, at least with TOS. I'm not sure about different trading platforms. They probably don't have this issue. Yeah, my charts are also very sketchy right now. CIDM still has a lot of selling volume. I'm super curious. Are we going to see a breakout here from 4.5 on CIDM? Oh my lord. I don't know if I can handle that. Boy Claws, the lag is off the charts on Webull and Fidelity. It's also off the charts right now on TOS. Markets are all red. Bitcoin's up about 2%. Here we go. This could be the break on CIDM. Wow, this is like a tongue twister today on tickers. I'm saying both lead gappers wrong 24/7. I apologize for that, guys. I have ticker dyslexia. Eight minutes now since the market opened. GNUS still on drugs. That's funny. I want to check it out, but I'm so focused on some of these other potential moves here. CIDM. This could be the crack here at 4.5. This looks pretty good. Boom! We just had it. Anyone trading this one? Man, I feel like CIDM is so overextended. I really want to trade it, but at the same time, I mean, it was like at 70 cents like a day ago. Checking out the long-term chart, 4.5 is obviously that big support and resistance area that we just broke out of. So maybe we're going to see $6 very soon. Or at least at least today. DLPN, guys, it's kind of trending back to the upside here. 617, just breaking that former area. Good fun to watch. Yeah, I know, Kelly, so true. I'm trying, okay, no more bias for me. I'm not trying to be biased. I'm thinking out loud, and it's dangerous. 4.7, I'm watching it. I want to enter it. Big buyers, check out the volume here, looking good. GNUS, let me quickly pull this one up. See how hot it is. Oh yeah, okay, from 9 to 10:30, so we did break 10. This could be still a super hot one. CIDM obviously is looking really good. XSPA, a little bit choppy of an open. VISL, $50 million volume so far, sub dollar, and then DLPN. Those are really the main ones I'm looking at. We also have KZR, not necessarily super interested in terms of day trading it, but it's up decently. So let's see, it's holding its highs nicely. It's good to see that. ENT, I know you guys were talking about this one. This one is south of $10 million dollar volume on the day, so a little bit light, but doesn't mean we can't trade it. This could be actually a really good entry here on ENT. ENT is lacking a catalyst, it looks like. Recent reverse split. DLPN at 2.9, really hot there. Sweet, Dan, sweet stuff. $9:42 a.m. here. CIDM looks like it might just be getting started here. Whoa, DLPN just had a huge explosion. Wow. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, took a second trade on this one. 2.5, definitely some resistance here. Check out the daily chart. That's killer, Scott. That's really nice. Make sure to document these trades on Trade Journal, guys, and update your profiles if you want a social shout out in Trade Journal to follow your page. And if you aren't sure what I'm talking about, just log into Trade Journal and you'll see some of the recent posts if you want to check them out. There was a cool GNUS trade documented yesterday. Very sweet. There's actually a lot of GNUS trades posted yesterday. CIDM is not even slowing down for a second here. This is looking really hot. 9:44 a.m. Let me check out GNUS again. 1150, wow, huge. This is actually a really nice entry here. I didn't get it obviously, but at kind of this pullback right around this area. So far, 16% move from there. I'm surprised DLPN doesn't have more dollar volume today. It's really moving nicely. Check out CIDM on the 5-minute chart. It's just savage central. We're getting some really nice moves here. I've only had one trade so far. CIDM and DLPN might be reaching a little bit of a peak here. I might be totally wrong, but let's see. Yeah, the panics are going to be heavy when they happen. Wow, CIDM just hit $6. This is what we were talking about, like not even 20 minutes ago. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes ago, maybe 25 minutes ago. We were talking about the $6 price target for a potential that CIDM might see today. And it just hit it. It's only 15 minutes now since the market opened. Insane. Yeah, XSPA almost at $2. That, I feel you on that one, Ruben. Oh no, TOS is pretty slow as well. Check out my order book. It's not like a glitchy video. It's just a glitchy order book. It's like... Sometimes I'm scared to even click the buy button because it's just like glitch central. CIDM is having a bit of a pullback here. Buying the dip on DLPN, it's pulling back here. Huge pullback so far, actually. Bought the dip too soon. Watching CIDM. Was looking for the dip on both of these. $2 acting as support on DLPN. Waiting for a bounce here. I'm watching CIDM as well, though. This is what's going on right now. Sorry, I'm just A little focused. Looking for the 10 to break. 210. Let's see if we can get a 210 to break here. CIDM still pulling back. Watching the price action very closely. I just want to see 207, 208 break, and then ideally break into the 210s. Not sure if we're going to get it. $209. Trying to get out of this position. Out of this position for a small loss here on DLPN. I didn't want to see the break of 2, and I felt like we were going to see the break of 2, so I gave back some of my profits from the morning trade. It was actually a small loss, but it was a bigger position size, so it was a little bit more profits proportionally, but that's fine. Let's see if we can get another trade here. So I definitely managed my risk here. I had a feeling there could be a big break, so I wanted to get it out of that one. Still watching CIDM out of the corner of my eye, looking for a potential bounce here in this area. Maybe we're going to break 4.5 though. Yep. Just reading your comments quickly. Yep. I had the same feeling, guys. That break of 2 was very scary. This could actually be a pretty good secondary trade here. $9:53 a.m. I'm going to give this one a little bit more time. Could be a bounce though. So gave back about gave back 9 cents a share on that one. Not the worst, but it's getting kind of towards that, uncomfortable area because it's a lower price stock. Here we go, CIDM having the bounce. So I was looking for a bounce on DLPN and CIDM. It's tough to say. It looks like I jumped the gun probably on DLPN. CIDM could have been a good bounce as well. Sometimes these are a little bit tough because you don't know if it's going to continue. And I'm actually a little bit more skeptical on DLPN continuing. I was hoping for a little higher bounce. So here's a little update on the DLPN trade. We had that morning breakout trade, really nice. Could have been a second trade here, but I wasn't really sure if we're going to get that continuation, so I didn't trade it. This was a 20%, 27% move. Then I bought this dip, but we didn't get the follow through, and I bought the dip a little bit prematurely. I bought it at 211. And I was waiting for this green candle to break above 210, and then I would sell into strength there. It didn't happen. So I closed out this position in the bounce as we were showing signs of weakness. I probably should have got out before, even because my trading thesis was wrong earlier on. I think I noticed that. So maybe a little bit too much hope on that last exit. KZR, this one's rocketing, really nice moves. Remember, this got a new price target upgrade, so this one's probably going to be doing not too shabby. XSPA had a really, really solid move here. Oh man, we just had breakouts across the board. Super good fun when that happens. I don't know why CIDM just went off my scanner. I'm trying to think why is it off my scanner? Think. What's going on here? One second, CIDM. CIDM might be off my scanner because of the market cap on it. Hold on, let me see. Let me add it to the former gappers and see what happens. Yeah, the market cap is over 500 million, although I think my grace period is 600 million. All right, guys, 9:56 a.m. You guys probably know that I'm always a little bit more cautious in this time of day. So let's see what happens here. Not going to rush anything. I already have one red, one green, but luckily the red is smaller. That's always good. Yeah, what? Why is this one not showing up here? CIDM could be pulling back here. Nice, Fritz. That's really good to hear, man. Happy to hear that. Ooh, my head just got really hot. Let's ride the good vibes. Amen. DLPN pulling back one more time here, guys. Anyone going to buy the next dip? I'm not going to lie, a small part of me is like, do it, do it, do it. The devil on my shoulder is like, you won't. You think I won't? MREO being called out. Is there a catalyst? Nice, Steve. That's what I like to hear. MERO, kind of interesting. I like the pullback it had. 3.5, 3.4 is big resistance. Does have a catalyst. It should be on our watch list. MERO, there it is. Small float. It's not a bad call out. Yeah, this one. Okay. I do remember checking out for Moment pre-market. Let's see if we can break. Wow, this thing's going right now. It's breaking out right now. Literally, as I say, let's see if we can break out on this one. Wow, huge move on MREO. It just went from 320 all the way to $4. Now there's a nice ROI. DLPN is finally having that bounce we were waiting for, but the volume is lighter than ideal, let's just say. Let's check out GNUS. Let's see how high this thing is already. Back to 10.6 actually. Can't believe it hit 11.73. That's huge. Having a bit of a dip here. This is quite a strong looking dip. I'd be very careful with this one. This even looks like it's going to get halted here. There might be some news coming out with GNUS, guys. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on, but this looks like what I've been worried about. Oh my God, GNUS was just halted. The reconciliator is in the building. My question is this the end of GNUS? There's a lot of selling going off. What I'm worried about is there's some sort of news. There's some sort of offering. But if there's no news, maybe this is going to be a good dip buy opportunity. I don't know. It's super hard to say. But you can feel the strength behind that dip. Let's go back to CIDM. Do you guys feel the rain outside or hear it? It's really loud. Good point, Heiko. I wasn't really watching GNUS that close yesterday, so really, really good point here. CIDM could be bouncing off this 4 zone. $4.5. Yesterday was heavy dip. Yeah, you guys know better than me because I wasn't watching it as closely. I know some of you guys were glued to it, which is good because yesterday it was the one to watch. CIDM just popped up back on my watch list here. I'm genuinely confused where it went. Nice little bounce here on CIDM. You could have already been up 30 cents a share. So really, really sweet. That's a nice trade. That's like 7%. It's 10:04, guys. 10:04 a.m. It's usually a good time to be a little bit more chill, unless there's a nice stock that's holding its highs very well. Something like KZR, maybe. I'm only thinking about KZR because right now I'm doing a swing trade on my IRA account. Small position size, I think like $800 or so. but had a price target increase. I wanted to day trade it, but I didn't because I thought there was better opportunities, and I think I was right because this whole entire big move here is only 20%. To me, that's not necessarily the best kind of move compared to what else we have. Because, I mean, with DLPN, we had in 2 candles, we made 20%, 27% basically. So, you got to think about, actually 15%. You got to think about what's the best opportunity? What's the number one best stock that everyone's looking at, right? GNUS shows a S3 form. I actually got to look that up. I have several forms memorized, but simplified process companies undergo registered securities. Yeah, it's usually after an IPO. So this is a way companies raise capital. Yeah, guys, watch out. GNUS. That's it's like, I would put money on the fact that it's going to happen at one point. And that's kind of what I've been preaching the last 3 days here with GNUS. Yeah, I see it. They filed it. Good call. CIDM having a nice little move here. Prepare your cheeks. Yeah, guys. GNUS. This is not going to be pretty. Definitely prepare your cheeks. This is going to get interesting here. If you didn't know, it didn't report it here. Oh yeah, never mind, it does. I'm like reading it, I'm like, wait. They do talk about it. DLPN could be a good entry here. Had a 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback, trying to break back above 205, this VWAP bounce. I'm not totally convinced about it for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm not. Woo, GNUS, guys. This is a good time to take a short position, probably. Oh my lord. We've been waiting for this moment for the last 3 days. Oh. But, you know. Yeah, GNUS just got the freaking whoopah! Oh, that was... I hope none of you guys are in it, obviously. Yeah, it's doing an offering, 60 million. It's gonna be interesting to watch how far it goes down. I've seen usually around 50 to 60%. I think the worst dip I've seen was 70%. But I don't think it's going to fall that far since it's a little bit more credible of a company. But even 50% from its highs, we're talking about $6, sub $6 territory. Ooh, that's a tough one. The best chart for swing trades, I would probably, I don't know, I don't really do it enough, but something that's trending up, ideally bouncing off support, holding its highs. If you're looking for intraday, something closing high, closing into strength is always a good sign. It's tough though. I might do a bit more focus on that because I do like swing trading. That's primarily what I do in my Roth IRA account, and I have all those trades automated with stops, orders, limits, sells, everything. So it's pretty hands-off trading, but it's a whole different style. Like, it's really, really easy to mix up two trading styles. That's why I separate my trading accounts even based on my trading, like my strategy for each account, because it's just like, I would get a heart attack if I was trading the same account that like I had a dividend stock in. It just would like, out of sight, out of mind. And I think with trading, that's very true. DLPN, guys. So I saw this setup and I didn't feel comfortable with it because it had so much weakness here in this area. So I didn't trade this 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback, which is a lot of times one of my favorite setups. Sometimes you just, you feel there's a bit of weakness. Not to mention DLPN had very sketchy news catalyst. So another reason I didn't really want to enter this one. CIDM might be the one to really focus on here. Wow, do you guys hear that wind out there? It's like a little mini Florida hurricane. CIDM bouncing right now off of 4. Broke 4 a little bit. That's actually what I like to see a lot of the times. I was hoping for a little bit more of a crack, but we didn't get it. I was hoping we would see the 70s, but this could be a nice little bounce here. I wouldn't be surprised. I sent a link a little bit up. They're offering SEC reports. You can check out the SEC website, or what's the one website I really like to use? OTCmarkets.com. You can check the disclosures on that company. I really like it. CIDM pulling back here. It looks like we might get that second dip I was hoping for. No, not enough sellers. OTC Markets isn't showing the S3 yet. Hold on, let me stay focused here on this dip, this potential dip here. $10:13 a.m. Last news was at 9:45 with that partnership. On the backside of these moves, you always want to be extra careful. Big buyers at 85. Instantly back at 4. It's hard to say. This looks like maybe the dip might be over. I was hoping for a little bit more of a pullback, but we didn't really get it. It's not really too bad if a reverse stock split is approved. Actually, sometimes stocks rally a little bit after a reverse split. CIDM, I was really thinking about buying that dip in the 85 area. We'd be up about 20 cents a share. I'd probably be already taking some profits off the table. 7 cents a share now. Oh well. GNUS halted again. Oh man, I didn't even. What's GNUS at now? Watching DLPN guys pulling back again here. I gotta say, the pullbacks on DLPN are just unholy. They've been very, very strong. It's at 8. Okay, yeah, thanks guys. So we hit 69 in DLPN. Already bounced like 5%. Wasn't really thrilled about it. What I feel like I really missed here was this CIDM one. Somehow I felt like it was kind of obvious, but I was waiting for the 70s. Didn't really feel like I was asking for too much, but maybe. IBIO bouncing. I'm not sure with IBIO. It doesn't seem like it's making many headlines. I'm not sure. Does it have a catalyst? I think it was popping up on our scanner earlier today. CIDM is well below VWAP right now, and the 9-minute EMA is really putting some pressure on it. But it looks like we could break above the 9-minute EMA right now. I would not be surprised, and if I was long it, I would probably be kind of expecting this could happen. 415, 416, 417, can we see it? Pulling back maybe a little bit first, shake out some weak hands. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that was a huge alert. I didn't even find it first. Somebody else here. TG Man 1. I think you're the one who called it out, right? But yeah, I mean, that's why we got the chat room here. That was some scary stuff. basically the company's looking to raise cash, which means they're selling new shares into the market, which means your shares are now worth less money because it's being diluted, which is not very good as an investor. And people lose trust in the company that they're gonna, keep selling shares into the market. I've seen multiple direct offerings happen in a row. I don't think the same day, but I've seen it back to back in terms of like the same week. It's just not what investors want to see here. CIDM could be a good dip buy in this area. Really keeping a close eye on it. DLPN also pulling back again. Try to keep a lookout for our little group. Nice. Yeah, man. That's really, really good stuff. CIDM is just pulling back. But it looks like this 80 area definitely is finding some sort of support. DLPN is also just not doing too hot. This is actually the second green day on CIDM, I think. Let's quickly scroll in here a little bit. Yep. $10.20 now. CIDM might start seeing a bit more support in this area if this $4 area cracks. Bigger buyers coming in on CIDM now. Kind of like what I'm seeing on this stock. I'm going to put a limit order here at 03. Bigger buyers on the 4. The decimal crud that Heiko is talking about is so annoying. Yep, Heiko, I totally feel you. It's so hard to get in and out of those trades. CIDM, let's see if we can get a little bit of an entry here. Actually, I think this one might go back below 4. I'm going to move down my limit order just in case. Never mind, doesn't look like it. CIDM might have a bit of a reversal here. I'm not going to rush into it. We got plenty of time. If I see, a big breakout and a pullback, I would trade that as well. But for now, I'm just going to kind of see here how this goes. I like the volume coming back on CIDM, which is our lead gap on the day. Remember, it has a bigger float of 88 million US entertainment company with the Bob Ross channel distribution deal. So let's see how that one goes. Heiko, it's good that even though you had a bigger loss percentage-wise, you used small position size on this one. So that's really good that you were able to, reduce your risk by having pretty solid position size on this one. Obviously, if it was a winner, you'd feel probably a bit different about that, but It looked like a trade that, was maybe not as comfortable or something like that. So sometimes if it's not as nice of a setup, you can reduce your allocation a little bit. So CIDM here is up about 30 cents, which is roughly 7% from that $4 breakout. Check TMDI. 1 second here. I think I might actually move up my limit order. Just got an entry on CIDM. $200 shares, about $800, smaller position size, but that's how I like it. I'm trying to do my 4 trades a day. Got to be careful here. Still a lot of selling volume. DLPN still pulling off, new low. This is obviously a big resistance zone for CIDM. Big time resistance here. So I want to see the break of VWAP happen fairly quickly and ideally get back above the 4.5. That's my goal. CIDM also has the 5-minute breakout, 2-minute pullback here. Bigger buyers now coming in on the 16. 420 might get chipped away here. This is a very thickly traded stock, guys. This one has a lot of momentum behind it. It's up 200% today. $650 million dollars have been traded today. That's a huge amount of volume. We're getting close to $1 billion. We don't see that a lot. So CIDM is definitely a powerhouse today. Still struggling a little bit here. Could sell off again below 4. Again, anything's possible. Market loves to shake out hands, including me. It's about a 5% move so far. $10:28 a.m. DLPN is bouncing here. Looks like $4 might crack here. Back in the red on CIDM. Hopefully you don't go much more than 97 cents on 397. Definitely a lot of sellers in on this one. DLPN looking pretty hot. Holding the area all right. Still getting rejected here. Let's see if we can get a bit more volume coming in. Would be super amazing to see a crack above 420. Not enough volume on CIDM. A little bit more buyers coming in now for a split second, but the volume's just very, very light. Back below 4. $391 getting chipped away here. $10:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes moves happen a little bit slower in these ranges. Let's see if we can make this a red candle. That'd be super sweet. I mean a green candle. Still a lot of selling momentum here. Not convinced. $34, $10.34. Buys are close to the ask. It's usually a good sign. Buyers could be coming in here a little bit again. A lot of consolidation going on here. Still big sellers at 405. Bigger buyers now popping up here at $4. Oftentimes I see them getting chipped away quite heavy, so I'm not really convinced. Selling pressure piling up again. Taking a loss on this one. A little bit unfortunate here. 380. Try to get out. Couldn't get out. Let's see if I can get out into a bounce here. Back to 88. Well, there we go. I'm out at 75. Now it's at 66. And I think I'm officially right on the day. $2. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit annoying. Overstayed my welcome though. You know, I should have took my 3, 4, 5%. I was up 5% on this one, almost. I think maybe 450 or something like that. So annoying. Let's see here. CIDM looks like it's going to bounce here, so it is what it is. Can't believe I'm red on the day on this one. I should have I tried to cut my losses in the 90s. It didn't get executed. Could have cut my losses at 83 for a second. It is what it is. That's a little bit annoying though. You know, this one, I don't know. It's tough to say. You know, breakout or bailout, and I held it too long. Here we go. This could be a little bit of a reversal. You know, I don't like trading again right away, but sometimes there's good opportunities. But let's see what happens here. 60s building up some support and resistance. I don't mind buying this above $4, right? It's not necessarily about that. I can't believe I just went red on the day. We were up so good. We were up like 11, 12% based on our position sizes. So if I was more aggressive in the morning and I did like 2, 3 of those really nice trades, like the first 15 minutes, that would have let me walk away much more profitable. But you know, every day is different. It's tough. It's a little bit annoying because this just a little bit slow growth right now. Although last month I was kind of complaining. I was like, this is such a slow month. But then I was going through the stats, and we actually, based on our average position size, we grew the account like 50%. So we made like $400 or $500, which in the end, it's not that much. But you know, if we were using like $10,000 position sizes and we made $4,000, it would feel much better. So it's since we're using small amounts of money, it feels very slow, but it's ultimately we're making good progress. It's percentage wise. It's just this small position sizes have been much more tough to deal with. Ooh, guys, good thing we didn't trade DLPN. This thing's still pulling off here. Very strong pullback so far. I'm still waiting for some sort of reversal. I thought CIDM was going to have that reversal, but it didn't. This looks like a potentially good trade here. I'm red $2. Yeah, I got a good point on that. Looks like it's going to break here back above 70. $3.5 is a bit of a bounce here. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. It's I should have took my profits on this one. I was looking for that break of VWAP. It didn't happen. So I should have, I should have got out. I should have took maybe like a 1% loss or something like that. Maybe 2% loss, right? There was no reason for me to kind of hold this one as long as I did. At that point, I was just wishing and hoping, right? So mistakes totally on my end. But hey, that's why we're doing a small count challenge. We gotta get rid of these silly mistakes. Buyers definitely coming back in though on CIDM. I gotta say it's looking pretty juicy again. But I'm gonna give it probably a little bit longer here, just so I don't. I got one trade left. That's why. Yeah, I try to take that 2040 40 loss. I ended up taking a pretty big loss on this one, actually. 40 cents a share. That's definitely like my max stop zone. That's why in the 70s I had to force it. My other order didn't get executed in the 90s. But yeah, I was a little bit too wishful on that one, I suppose. Big support here at 3.5, guys. I should have took my 3% on that trade, and I should be buying this dip right now, I think. Let's see if we pull back below 3.5 just a little bit. It'd be annoying to buy this bounce here and then get shaken out right before a potential bigger reversal. DLPN looks really good for a potential reversal. I see you guys calling out XSPA. Yeah, it was quite a big dip here to 1.6. KZR is up 85%, so my swing's going all right. Seven percent bounce on DLPN. What happened, let's see, with GNUS, all of a sudden it's really started not a lot was going on in the chat. Wow, this thing's really selling off here. This is what we were all worried about. At least I was worried about it. 39% pulling back so far from the highs, and since the this 33% since the downwards trend. I wouldn't be surprised if, we went below $6 on this one. Yeah, for sure, Chad. Yeah. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. And, in hindsight, it's always obvious. If I took the 40 and it went past VWAP, then we would be like, oh, why'd we take the dip so, why'd we trade it so lightly? So it's always like one of those things. But that's why if I take profits too soon and you guys are all making fun of me, it doesn't bother me at all, because, I've been in a lot of these situations where, taking 4 or 5%, especially on the backside of a bigger move, is always like the good idea. Sometimes you miss that 10%, 15% move, but CIDM looks, gotta say, looking pretty healthy here. We might break above the 15-minute EMA. If I had made the 40 bucks on the last trade, let's say I closed it out for a small profit, I'm thinking what I would be doing right now, and a part of me says I would actually be trading this this one right now, which is a little bit difficult because now I have to think, I only have one trade left. I would be trading this one right here, but I would also have better cushion on the day, because I would be more green on the day. So if I took a small loss here, it wouldn't affect me that much. So it's a bit of like, what do I do? Like I said, I probably won't be trading it unless we have that break above the 9-minute EMA. Yeah, Tristan, there's definitely many different styles. The thing is, like, you take the 3.5% profit, let's say, and then you buy the second move, right? And then ideally, if you had an unlimited account, you'd be buying multiple times. You could make, one longer, hour-long move. You could take like 3-4 trades on. That's the problem with a small account, because we're really limited on trades. So we're basically break even on the day, and we have one trade left. Ha! How ridiculous is that? One green trade and 2 red trades. The nice part is my green trades are statistically twice as big as my red trades. Or not twice exactly, but getting close to it. Well, we could check out the statistics later. But it allows me to, basically be, even if I'm, 50-50, I can still be profitable in terms of my win-loss ratio. Yeah, Cruiser, I feel you. GNUS is open. DLPN, guys, that bounce is really nice. It's already up 13%. Huge support here on 3.5. What I would actually prefer is a crack of 3.5 and then a quick bounce back to the upside. Pulling up GNUS on my other chart. Yeah, 473. Oh my Lord, this thing. So we had a strong feeling it would dip below $5. Wow. Yeah, that dip is no joke. I'm gonna be, there could be a phenomenal and absolutely wickedly good bounce potential on GNUS. Cutting those losses on CIDM was a little bit painful, I gotta say. It was such like a slap in the face, just like a wham kablam. Thing about buying the dips on GNUS is you just don't know when it's gonna happen. But if you get it, this could be the break back above 3.7. Looks like volume's picking up on CIDM just a little bit here. Thanks, Tristan. I appreciate it, man. Do we get 370 getting chipped away? GNUS might open really soon here, unless it's a 10-minute halt, which it could be. Otherwise, it should be open. That's what I was waiting for. Reverse stock splits aren't always a bad thing, but they usually tend to end bad after a week. CIDM looking kind of interesting here. Big question though is, can it break back above the 9-minute? I would like to see the 70 get chipped away. Instantly getting chipped away, actually. Sweet move. 7-8%. Let's see what kind of pullback we see on this one. If we even get a pullback, might not happen here. Getting some really nice follow through. 85, 94, really good. Looking for a potential entry on this one around 70. Not sure if I'm going to get an entry like that. So far, sweet move. I was even thinking about buying it in the 60s, but I felt like that was a little bit premature because we didn't know if there was actually going to be a little bit more follow through on this one. Now we're getting kind of a pretty sweet move here. So I'm not even sure if we're going to get a pullback till maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Anything's possible, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure when the GNUS offering is. Sometimes you got to get more aggressive on these breakouts. You know, they don't always pull back. So we'll see what happens. See if I can get an entry. I might move up my limit order to 75 or so. Maybe even above 80 soon here. Maybe 878 or so. Yep, TG's right. If you're listed on the NASDAQ, you have to have a price of at least $1. Your price has to be over $1 basically. And if your stock goes below $1, a lot of companies do a reverse split. The whole point of doing a reverse split is to get your price higher, right? It doesn't matter to any shareholders because if you have 10 stocks and the price is $1, you will now have one stock and the price is $10, right? Nothing really changes for you. Hold on, CIDM is pulling back here just a little bit. Let's see how much we get a. GNUS opening up here, guys. Huge. Looks like it's going to be a big bounce. Might get halted on the way up. CIDM pulling back a little bit here. Down to 75. Probably front run that one maybe a little bit too aggressively, but you just don't know if it's going to dip down. I was looking for an entry with a potential pullback. If I had a second trade right now, I would probably be looking for a GNUS dip by opportunity. I don't know if I would be buying now, but it got halted on the way up, so that's technically a good sign. Let's see if we have a little bit more follow through this time. Didn't have the best entry. It pulled all the way back to 69. So if I left my limit order at 73, we would definitely be in a better shape here. But I've done that many times and I missed the order, so I don't really mind. Plus, CIDM up $739 million traded for the day. That's really, really high. We don't always see those kind of numbers, so I don't want to totally miss the opportunity. If we get it, I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm looking for a break of VWAP. Just like before. Don't like the fact that the volume on this one wasn't that high. That doesn't make me, it's not overly convincing, let's just say. Also, I'm a bit surprised how CIDM is even moving with such a large float. It's kind of an interesting thought I've been having here as well. VWAP is the purple line right above. Also, not too much selling here, but I didn't like the fact that the follow through again was a little bit weak. Still trending below VWAP and the 9-minute EMA, so all things that aren't necessarily too hot here, but we do have big buying momentum kind of trying to squeeze this one up here. Doesn't look too hot right now, I gotta say. I do like the fact that the selling volume is a bit lighter now, but it's still pulling back totally. So again, it looks like I was probably wrong on this one. We're not getting that follow through I was hoping for, so I'm totally disappointed on this. $280 getting chipped away a little bit here, $282. All right, I'm out of this one. I do still think there's a great chance it's going to break to the upside. Took another like $3 loss on it, unfortunately. So I'm down $3 on the day, red day for me. Breakout or bailout, and this one isn't doing it. The only problem with breakout or bailout is later in the day, things tend to go very, very slow. So it's kind of tough to say that. Looks like it's even pulling up now. Well, I hope it does pull up because I know a lot of you guys are in it. There it is. Is this the break? Still light volume. Come on, CIDM. What's going on here? So red day for me, about a $4 loss totally. So yeah, just kind of said I'm out of here on this one. Again, I have a very strong feeling it's going to break to the upside. It is what it is. I would love to honestly kind of be holding this one. So it's tough. You know, cutting your losses is probably the most difficult thing when it comes to trading, and I still think it's going to break to the upside. I don't even know why I got out, but I got out because that's what I should have done last time. This is looking pretty healthy. Right now, I would be way more inclined to hold. I would be holding right now again. I would probably re-enter this trade even. I don't know. Now I'm trading emotionally, so whatever I say probably should be discounted pretty heavily. But here's the breakout. Oh! It is what it is. I'll be right back. I'm going to fill up my tea here. Yeah, so far so good. I'd be up 20 cents a share, 6%. Could have walked away with 6%. That would have been, we would have had a pretty decent end to the day. Can't believe today ended red. And we were up 90 something bucks today. Well, I hope you guys all learned something. I'm trying to think about I learned. It was really that second trade that I think maybe I jumped the gun on and I got overconfident with DLPN. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that a little bit more. I wanted this dip. I kind of got the dip, but I bought too early. And then we never had that full-on bounce. So, you know, this one could have been a green trade. This could have been like a 5% profit, but I don't know. This was a tough one. I didn't feel comfortable anywhere in this area. I did want to buy the bounce here in this area, so 17%, this would have been quite nice. So I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't get this. There's also probably a good chance that CIDM is going to be a quite a high flyer in the evening, right? Somewhere closer to somewhere closer to like noon or maybe even late afternoon, right? Yeah, Pearl, I know the feeling. I like the bounce on GNUS. This thing is 25% already. It would have been nice to jump in on this one. I actually had a limit order ready to go, but then I entered the CIDM trade. I was, ah! CIDM almost at 3.93. It's really painful because if I had the unlimited trades, I would have 100% bought the dip here without a question in my mind because I had 2 limit orders ready to go and then I picked CIDM. And then with GNUS, this is the second time I picked CIDM. I bought I didn't buy this here. I don't know if I would have got the entry because this bounce was very, very quick in terms of it got halted right away again. So I don't know if I would have actually got the entry. But like those are the other 2 trades I would have made, and it's, you know, I couldn't do it because I only had I had limited trades. So it's just like it's tough. Yeah, Corey, I was thinking the same thing. I should have stopped when I had the $90 winner. Like that was exactly the trade I wanted. Boom. Maybe I should just wrap up there. But it's really difficult to say that because a lot of the time, you know, that might mean something is really, really hot, right? And I actually, after I got the $90 winner, I should have got more aggressive on DLPN when it had this quick pullback here to 1.89, basically my entry. And then rode that rip back up here. It could have been a 30% winner. I know we're going to get a 30% winner soon. We're going to get it at one point. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for like a little bit of momentum to come back in the challenge. I feel like we've been stagnating for a little bit here, which is fine. But at the same time, it's like, it's a little bit, for me personally, for you guys probably don't care, but for me, it's just like, ugh. That's true. I saw that with AMRH. You just never know. That's why I'm saying. That's why I typically never hold overnight and I don't trade the afternoons because it's, you know, it's just, it's a different part of the day, different part in terms of like, you know, it's a whole different trading kind of session. It's like the afternoon trading session. It's like a different group of people sometimes trade it, you know. Those are just, you know, throwing darts at the board, you know, anything's possible. But I saw the opportunity, saw the potential for it to happen. But yeah, you got to cut your losses. I think that's the only reason, you know, we're at least maintaining where we are, just because we're cutting our losses quickly, because I've been trading a little bit subpar, I guess you can say, lately. Halts typically last for 5 minutes, but when there's an offering, I've seen, you know, we've seen in the streams alone like 60-minute halts. I think we've even seen longer than 60 minutes, but I'm not totally sure. Thanks, Eliza. That's nice. That's true. That's true. Remember, guys, if you're you're liking the content, don't forget to drop your like for the day. Definitely appreciate it. maybe this month we'll hit also a new record. I think we have to get over 105 likes in an upcoming stream. So maybe like for a Wednesday. I think Wednesdays are always busy. Tuesdays are busy. Thursdays and Fridays are always questionable, I find. Thursdays are typically okay. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are pretty hot. Monday and Friday are always questionable. But I appreciate all the likes, guys. And if you're new here, remember we come out with a recap video a bit later. So definitely subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you'll see me again in a couple hours where we just kind of recap the day and a few other things. So there's usually a focal point. I usually like to focus on a specific setup, specific, I don't know, something going on with the challenge. But we definitely at least recap the trades quickly as well. CIDM, guys, back at my entry. So it doesn't look like it's getting the follow through that we were hoping for. It's a little bit unfortunate that I got out right before we had the 6-7% rally, because that's kind of what I was waiting for. So I would have been able to walk away with, you know, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 bucks today, depending on when we sold. So not the funnest. Keep the learning. Yeah, Zachary, totally true. Although I gotta say, I've been trading for quite some time now, and I'm kind of used to that. I think that's something that you can master pretty well. What I find actually the most difficult part is dealing with artificial limits. It's just it's a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, like having to pick and choose between trades is a bit tough. Because what I find myself doing is being like, okay, maybe this one's not perfect, and then I'll skip it, and then it actually ends up doing what I wanted, and then I'm like, I have a little bit of FOMO, and then I take another trade that's less perfect that I would have never, you know, so I'm like getting into this weird behavior that shouldn't even exist. GNUS opened up here. Big old bounce, big old whammy, kablammy. 40%, guys. I hope some of you guys got that dip. I did not. I could probably trade this with like 4 shares. Same here, Renee. You and me both, man. Yeah, I hope you got it off the rip. That's super true, Jimmy. But I think everyone could learn how to trade based on their style, their preferences, and they can make trading work for them. I think that's the first thing you got to figure out is like, you know, what's like my preference, what's my default mode, and then kind of building off of that. Just a total whole train, just absolutely insane. At least it wasn't a bad red day. We'll get over it soon. All right, Tristan. I don't know if that means you're rolling out, but it was good having you here. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Corey, I totally feel you, man. I don't think CIDM is necessarily over. And almost every time a stock pulls back a lot, they tend to bounce at one point, even if it's only like a 20-30% bounce. So, finding that potential bounce zone is going to be the interesting spot. But at the moment, right now, it cracked this kind of higher low trend. So I'm not too positive in the short term with CIDM, but maybe in like an hour or something like that could be a better play. By the way, guys, it won't be long till you can see my stats on Trade Journal in terms of stats, not the right word. It won't be long until you guys can go through my whole entire $25,000 challenge portfolio. And I've been documenting all the trades pretty detailed. Even, everything from, well, I'll just show you right now. So remember yesterday, this never happened to me before, but all 4 of our trades were red. Luckily, we cut our losses very quickly and we never had that big of an issue. So here you can see that my average winners, they tend to be better than my average losers. So let me just go to my filters here and filter for this challenge. I'll just start with that. So overall in the challenge, my win ratio isn't that great. It's 55%. I think it's because in the beginning I was and I'm still doing this now. I'm still trading kind of 2 strategies at once, and sometimes I stumble over myself. And I think that's probably my second biggest problem of the challenge. The best part though is just my overall wins are bigger than my losses. So let me filter this a little bit more here, and we're missing a lot of this challenge. I'm missing I think a month or 2. So there's quite a bit of documented trades that are just not here, in case you guys are wondering. But let's go. So because I don't have the first and second month documented, because we're using the old Trade Journal Google Sheets for that. Let's go here to June 1st. Let's apply these stats quickly. So June 1st, okay, well, this is kind of embarrassing, but we made $61 this month so far, which isn't that bad considering the fact that yesterday was a big red day, the biggest red day in kind of a while. It was like a 12% red day based on our average position size. But look, our average position size is about $846, right? So that's not too bad. So the fact that we made $61 off of 84.6 and we're only 3-4 days into the month, that means we're basically, we grew our average position size by 7%, right? That's how much money we've made based on our average position size, which is pretty solid. Like it's just generally small numbers right now, and I think that's always something I have to remind myself all the time, because I'm like, wait, I only made $61 this month. Like, how am I a horrible trader? Maybe, but really what it is just the fact that we're using small position size, so that's something I got to keep telling myself. Obviously my win ratio right now is negative because yesterday we had 4 trades and I only have 15 total documented trades this week. And my average win is actually going to go up quite a bit because today we had a 12% trade, and then we had 3 losers, but all the losers were small. So again, that's how I'm able to consistently grow my account, because I cut my losses quickly and I take my profits typically a little bit later. Ideally, 20 to 40 cents. So between 4 and 8% is what I'm looking for to take my profits. On a $5 stock is when I do these metrics for. So. But yeah, let me show you guys, for example, how this one looks. This is the huge trade. This is the trade from last time. So Was looking for late morning reversal on a top gapper, never happened. Was AGI, I spelled again, was again up 5%. Could have closed it, should have, could have, would have. So I linked the video here in case you guys want to check it out. Note the pattern, the breakout, the 5-minute breakout, and the 1-minute pullback, and then just pull back. I could probably be a little bit more clean with my patterns. I think I'm gonna have to think about how I want to maybe organize this a little bit better, because in the future we're also going to be able to filter your winning ratios by trade a little bit. GNUS, I mean by your patterns. GNUS almost all the way back at $8. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting such a big bounce. This is like a 50% bounce, no? It's 81%. Oh yeah, of course, because it went down all the way to 4 point. Where is it? 4 point, almost 4.3 or below 4.3. So huge bounce there, guys. Congrats to anyone that got this bounce. This is actually much bigger of a bounce than I was expecting. Super, super wild. I'm not sure if this is going to get halted again, though. Maybe it's going to get halted on the way down. I would definitely be taking profits. Big resistance here at $8. So yeah, everything going pretty well on the challenge. Just, yeah, it is what it is right now. Kind of a, you know, yesterday was a shaky day for me. Today we could have walked away nicely green, but gave back profits right at the end. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Largest winning trade, 11%. Largest losing trade, 5%. By the way, guys, if you want to have your trades posted on the Trade Journal social accounts, don't forget to document your trades and then update your profile page. So if you go to your account and you click here, and you can update all your social accounts. And basically, if you update your social accounts, I'll make sure to that Trade Journal follows you and that we link to your account so people can, you know who's trading what. So just go here and make sure to fill out this information. If you don't want your trades being published, then just uncheck social promotions. Then just do that. In the future, you will also be able to make portfolios private. That should be coming out in, I don't know, maybe 3 months or so. It's in the backlog, so it's coming. It's coming your way. GNUS, guys. 8.2 halted. Crazy. I can't believe it got halted again. I was not expecting that. Looks like we're gonna maybe touch VWAP here at 8.5. CIDM didn't break out, so it was a good thing that we got out of that one. Yeah, Steven, totally true. That's actually funny. The delivery guy was a wizard. He was a bit of a wizard. We are having also some big communication problems. Man, I would have loved to trade GNUS. Congrats to anyone that got that one. What a freaking beauty, huh? CIDM still pulling back, having a little bit of a bounce here, but it's really going to a full downwards trend. A little bit unfortunate on that one. I think Heiko said something really good today. And this is something that, like, I'm a bit like 50-50 on, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And, Heiko was saying, we're below VWAP, we're trending to the downside. Just, be careful with this one. It makes he said, it's not something he would want to trade. And it totally makes sense. Because if you are below VWAP, it is a bearish general situation. Sometimes I trade these and we break through, but there's usually some sort of resolution that happens very quickly. And I feel like with CIDM today, I was just way too relaxed. Like when this did not break through, I should have stopped out for a small loss here, because this bounce was my thesis. This was my plan right here. And we got rejected. We got smacked back down. So this was really my fault. I should have never held through this. I did get out, but ultimately I got out at a pretty horrible spot, because once the crack happened, I had to chase my exit, and chasing an exit is never fun. On CIDM, on this one, it's tough to say. Again, I was waiting for some resolution here. I did want to give it a little bit extra of a chance, but it's, I don't know. I got shaken out at a bad time on this one, so it is what it is. Nice, Kelly. Sweet. 167. Congrats. It's really nice. That's funny. That's how they roll over there. You know what? Usually I really like the post service here. I've actually never really had issues with it. This was just a new guy. He didn't speak German or English, and I was just like doing hand signals, and then he couldn't get his scanner to work. It was like everything bad happened at the worst time. It's like usually knock on the door, they throw the package in, and it's not a big deal. And knowing that I didn't want a delivery, I even had like don't deliver to my house noted on the order. There was a pack station downstairs they were supposed to bring it to, so it is what it is. GNUS pulling back here, guys. Watch out. This might get halted on the way down. Yeah, Heiko is total nightmare. TI is wondering, how do we separate our screen again? So to separate the screen, there's a button here in the top right that you can say detach. That basically detaches this thing and basically copies it again. Detach doesn't sound like the right word because typically you're detaching from the main console kind of thing here. So I just detach and then you open another screen. In terms of Trade Journal, that feature is not yet available to automatically import your trades. It will be, but it's not yet. I don't know. That could be another 6-9 months, even longer potentially, but it's on the to-do list. GNUS halted on the way down. Could be quite a dip here. I'm really thinking if CIDM is going to pull back up here. What time is this going to get unhalted? So far, it's been pretty consistent with 5-minute halts, which means at 38, it's going to get unhalted. Let's see what let's see what's gonna happen here. We got another minute till this puppy opens up. KZR, guys, have you noticed this one? It's up 100%. What? Huge. Doesn't really look like it's going to be stopping anytime soon. There is the $10 zone, though. I don't see it going through there. Maybe tomorrow, but I don't know if it's going to have such nice follow through. Wow, it came out with a $12 price target on this one, and it's instantly almost at $12. That was, I feel like I don't usually see that kind of activity. All right, guys, GNUS is going to open up here in probably 5 seconds. Let's keep a close eye on it. Did not open up. I don't know why it didn't open up. I'm going to put it back out of the screen here. Yeah, I don't think I would be buying KZR anymore in this area for sure. I'm actually looking, I'll be closing my swing trade probably really soon. I would like to sell above a break of 10. So, but I don't think I would be buying this bull flag. Although, decent volume coming in here. Also had decent, the dollar volume today overall on all these stocks is huge, is ridiculous. Yeah, probably another 15-minute hold. I agree, 1AP Pro, for sure, for show. All right, Zachary, take care, man. Till next time. Oh, no, Gideon. Oh, man, I feel the pain. Like, what was it? It was like 2 months ago. I had the most ridiculous accidental entry. Yeah, sometimes it happens. You can't really beat yourself up about it. Yeah, Anthony, there's definitely something going on. It is pretty wild lately. All right, guys, I think I'm going to be wrapping up here. It was a pretty sweet day. It was a little bit unfortunate that I gave back all my profits basically after my first trade, but it is nice to know that my winning trades are much better than my losing trades, which allows me, with even a negative P profit to win ratio at the moment, starting this month, we're still profitable, which is pretty amazing. So I need to be a little bit more selective maybe on some of my trades. And if it's not working out, if my thesis is not good, I need to close that trade. So I'm going to write down right here, stick to your thesis. Stick to it. Which is kind of ridiculous because I feel like I've said that many times, but it is what it is. Sometimes you need a reminder, and today, a little bit of that, slap in the face reminder. And especially, if I'm up already, 9% based on my average position size on the day, then maybe I should even take 10 steps back and only trade like the best, setups, because it's like, I'm already totally in the green. I'm already well above my goal. Let's not give back any profits. All right, guys. I'll wrap up there. Till next time, stay safe, make some awesome trades. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Let's get this 69 to 79, or maybe even higher than that. Well, as long as it ends with a 9. All right, guys, till next time. I hope we can all make some more profits tomorrow. But let's be careful tomorrow. It's Friday. Sometimes it's very light volume. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I learned a lot. You guys called out some phenomenal stuff today, like always. So I'll see you guys in the recap video, and I will see you guys first thing tomorrow. Prosty prost. I could use a beer.